walk as the board gets owned. Welcome to Dad's Drafts, your new homegrown.
Hello good friends and welcome to Dad's Draft. Now as you can see, we're going to do another premier draft of the Edge of Eternities, and now it's the last one of this month, and if I play well enough maybe I can get to Diamond, but so far the premier drafts have not really been favorable towards me. Anyway, we could still do nicely. Anyway, if you like what I do, feel free to click some of those buttons because it really helps me out, but most especially if you have any feedback for me, please do let me know. I will turn on some light. I should have already done that. I'm not sure if there's a huge difference, but I think there should be. Okay, let's do this. Now, I've had a clean premier draft last time. Of course, not recorded it. And I also did a traditional draft, which got me quite some gems, which makes me happy. Let's see what we get to work with. Now, I think this Massacre can be pretty much like an instant win. Because I think most of the times, or at least all the times, your opponent's board is empty and yours is probably full. And it can be a lethal swing, but it is 2 colors, so I'm probably not going to pick it. I'm looking at the Rayblade Trooper and the Monoist Circuit Feeder. I think they're both very, very good. Of course, the Pressurize and the Zookeeper is also a very strong card. Tractor Beam is okay. I think I'm going for the Trooper. I'm not sure which one of these two is the best, but I like playing white, and this is a 3-drop. And the odds of you playing a 3-drop are way bigger than playing a 6-drop in any match. So we're definitely going to go for the Trooper. Okay, Embrace Oblivion is a good card. Other than that, it's not a very impressive pack. I do think the Expansionist is actually pretty decent. But mostly because of the stats. The downside is the only way that you can get advantage from this if your opponent starts and you play this on your turn 3. So you play this, then you play a land, and then you still have to play something else. So this one is pretty good if you have 1-drops to go with it. And otherwise it's pretty decent in the late game because you can still get it to trigger. And of course it's in white. Wow, that's a Banishing Light. I know it's just a common, but it's the best common there is for white. So I'm definitely taking that. Another modifier. Also some decent green cards. The traditional draft I did, which I got a lot of gems for, the clean games, were in green-white with counters. Reroute the System is pretty good. Not sure if it's better than Focus Fire. So either you keep something alive as a combat trick, or you deal 2 damage to target tapped creature. And this is 2+ to target attacking or blocking. I'll go for the Reroute the Systems. I want to try and stay in white for as long as possible. System Override Fate Maker is also very strong, and I love the Psionicist, I think that's how you pronounce it. Now, I don't think the boosters or the breacher are impressive enough to keep picking white. So I want to deviate into another color. And I'm tempted between green and blue. I like the Psionicist, I think that's how you pronounce it. And I do like the Fate Maker too, but I think it's going to be the Psionicist simply because the discount of playing multiple spells is huge. Still some pretty decent cards here, wow. Also good red and green cards, another Fate Maker. I'm going to take the Captain. I know the Whale is also pretty good, but we might still end up in white-green instead of white-blue. This card is very good if you can get to use its ability and the way that you use it if you have enough card draw, or at least enough cards in hand. So I think this doesn't really work unless you have a lot of card draw. Wow, another one. I think Luminary is probably the better pick. As I said before, I'm not sure that we're going into blue, but I'm definitely in white. Man, he is the Chad. Look at that. Him being all anointed and giving the big old sword. Yeah, he's the MVP already. Way better than this expansionist. They look quite similar, these two. It also should be interesting if we pick up any equipment cards. What do you say? Blue or red? That's not really interesting. Saw Ship and a Nebula Dragon. Saw Ship is very aggressive. But we do have some cheap station stuff. So I'll just take it. Keeping the options open. We're definitely going white. I just hope to find some kind of uncommon which will clearly push me into some direction. War Rager is also pretty good. So is the Mechan. I'll take the Mechan here. I'll just put these aside. Maybe if one of the green cards comes around which lets you put a counter, we can at least be sure that those two colors are open. I want to be in a open color combination, so either, what is it, red, white, or blue, white, or green, white. But the Saw Ship is a very aggressive card. Most of the time it is just a turn 6/5 haste, because I don't think you'll play this on an empty board a lot. Ooh. Okay. This one is good with the Psionicist, simply because you'll draw a card that you can play. Man, I'm in cahoots. I'm still not sure what the second color will be. I hope to get a clear sign in the upcoming pack. The blue-white, what is it? Signpost and common, for instance. There's a Godmaw. I don't think we're going green. I don't think this is an old deck. I do like the Trooper. I feel like this is the moment where I have to make a choice. And I think I enjoy playing blue-white more than red-white. There's also this Pilot, which is okay. I'm not going to go into black because black didn't seem that open. So I'll just take the Psionicist, if that's even how you pronounce it. Oh, Lightsmith is amazing for us. Radiant Strike would be nice to wheel. Maybe the Land Seeker if we go into green. This one is also playable, by the way, in blue because of the warp. But Lightsmith is a definite pick here. So we have our card draw. Godmaw number 2. Okay, so we could take the Vanguard, which I think is good enough. I think we'll see one of the other two pilots come around. So I'll take the Vanguard. And there's another Luminary. Definitely taking this. It's pretty much a 2-drop. So this is looking pretty decent now. I think we were settled into blue-white. We have some card draw. And the goal is to go very white, maybe find another combat trick and maybe another Banishing Light. But I want to be creature heavy. And blue-white seems open, so I hope we can get one of these signpost uncommons passed to us. But of course it's an uncommon, so the chances are slim. During my last draft I had 2 of them, which was pretty good. I had 2 of them, 2 of these, and 2 of the 1/3 whenever it deals damage, draw a card. Legendary spells. Yeah, I think the Rammer is okay. 9 is a lot, but we have the Luminaries, which are great for stationing. I mean, you can just see this as 2 mana station 4. If there's any more like blue control-y stuff, like a counter spell or even more card draw, I will most definitely take it. There we go. Okay, so blue-white was indeed open. We took the right route, and now we're getting rewarded. I'm slamming this monitor. It's absolutely crazy. I would like to get one of the pump spells, so that we can, you know, make a lot of tokens and then just attack for lethal in the air. Infiltrator is good in our deck, I think. It's just card draw that we need. The downside, of course, is that you have to play 2 things before combat, which is not ideal. But it's card draw and I'll take it. I think this is still good enough even though you're not playing it in green. Wow. Yeah, these luminaries will be amazing for us. We do need some more top end, of course, or some kind of flyers, but we are lacking 4 and 5 drops. I could try and annul, but I do like playing it, but it's not as good as you think. It feels great whenever your opponent is like, well, I'm going to tap 6 and play this circuit feeder, and you're like, well, how about no? But the odds of that happening are just very tiny. It's most of the time just a dead card. So I should not play it, but I do like playing it. Jellyfish. This one's not a good jellyfish. There's quite some good jellyfish, but this one is not. Okay, well, this is pretty crappy. I don't think we care about the land. I guess I'm going a relic. It is control-y enough, and it will help us with the double trigger of the playing multiple spells. But that was a bit of a dud. Another Luminary and Enhancer. I think one of these will come around. I'm going to take this All Fate Stalker. If you can play this on your Warp Luminary, it's amazing value. Now I still need a pump spell. Maybe another removal spell and some top end. I think that's the priority here. But also these are, of course, top end cards. Prefer not to play the annul, but I will if I have to. It's also not good if you want to double cast, unless you have a lot of instants. Wow, there's another. Excuse me, I was just grabbing my drink. There's the display, but considering how open white is, it might come around. The Galeblade is also very good for double spelling, but I'm going to take this Stalker. We have so many things. Banishing Light, slamming it. Very happy to see that. And I think this is going to be our top end card. There's another Massacre. Seems like no one went into black-red, so we could have taken it. Now, do we go Radiant Strike or the display? I think the display is probably the best for us. We will be going very wide. I'll take the Divert Disaster over the Annul. And I think this is about to be our deck. Now it looks as if our mana is totally useless. But you should know that Spacecraft card. We have one Spacecraft card. So it's a 2/1 with upside. I'll go for the boosters. It's a very good late game card. Now we need to cut something. Let's see, when this creature enters, puts one counter on target creature you control. And then, if the creature dies, Non-token creature you control with dice, create a 1/1. I'm not sure if it's good enough. I just said that it's probably good enough in any deck. But at best this is a... It brings 4 power to the board. And it has an enter the battlefield ability. So it's not terrible with the All Fate Stalker. But I think we have to do one cut. And I want to be creature heavy. Lightsmith is definitely not going to be cut. I am going to go down 1 land. Man, this is difficult. I think the Luminary is probably better than the Trooper. Maybe I cut the Relic. Yeah, I'd rather have a creature than the Relic. Okay. Now, the Relic is good, but I think it's especially good if you have any way of sacrificing it other than tapping it. So, what is it? The 3/4 enter the battlefield blue 1. Whenever you may sacrifice an artifact, then draw a card. Okay, well this is unfortunate, but I'm going to keep it. Just hope to find a plains soon enough. But wouldn't mind to make him pay 2 more so that we get a lander token if we fail to find a white source. But we have turn 2 and 3 plays. And of course, if there's a counterspell now, the chance of the Infiltrator coming in would be bigger. Yeah, I'm going to counter that. I think that's too much of an advantage. Of course, we draw another blue. I hope this one gets through, but I don't think it will. Yeah, it's not going to happen. Okay, so I think I'm going to Banishing Light that, simply because it's a free Banishing Light for us. It feels like an overkill, but we will draw a card. And if the opponent doesn't play a permanent, we will draw another card next turn. Okay. Yeah, it has to be the Monitor. Unfortunately, we cannot double spell. We're drawing quite some islands, which of course is just a part of the game. Now he missed his land. Okay. Seems like he's found it, so he could put a stun counter on something, or he's just going to, okay. Wow, he's attacking. I assume he has some other kind of kill spell here, otherwise it would be very strange, or a blocker. Yep. Yeah, there goes our card draw advantage stuff. Okay, Mechanozoa. I think I'll play the Vanguard first. Yeah. Yeah, he's rolling out the big boys. And taps the mountain. Now he can still do the lander token. And now we get the ability to double spell, of course. So I'll warp this and just play the new Luminary. Okay, well now at least I know that he doesn't have a counterspell anymore. And just like that we put 9 power on the board, and the opponent is tapped. Oh no, of course he's not. This one's not staying around. It is going to be next turn. My mistake. Like with that one, that's a good combination. So we're definitely going to tap that Mechan. But he's drawing more cards than we are, unfortunately. Man, he's got the removal. Look at this. Every damage is a damage, but we are a bit flooded here, which is classic. Yeah, this is not amazing. Well, at least we can jump for a while. Let's see if we can get some kind of racing situation going here. I'll just warp him to make a jumper. We'll jump both. And then we could still attack. Yeah. That's just crazy. That's a good combination. Yeah, I don't think we can get back from this. Kind of missing the action, and I mean, we're just drawing lands. That just happens. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's any way that I can get to Diamond tonight, even with a clean trophy, which I don't think will happen. A clean trophy cannot happen anymore, but a trophy at all. Yeah, this seems like a good way to start. So we want to put the counter on a non-token creature. Man, Luminaries for days. So the Trooper is probably not the best thing to play. But I'm not sure. It warps for 2. So we cannot do both. I guess we'll just play it as a 3/3. We don't have double white, otherwise I would play this one. But what is it? Do we have way more islands in our deck than planes? I don't know. I'm just going to hope to draw a plane soon that we can double spell. And it's still a fine blocker, of course. Oh no, it's not a fine blocker anymore. Okay, so I want to keep that up. Guess we'll just hardcast the Trooper here. Put the counter on the 3/2 and attack for 3. And if this dies at some point, we'll draw cards. I think he wants to kill the Psionicist. Now we can play the Expansionists. But unfortunately, no other white source yet again to... or even another land. Yeesh. Yeah, that's how we do it. I thought we had a decent white deck, but white-blue, but he's just... We need to find some kind of answer for that. I don't think we're going to attack anytime soon anymore. We've got to find an answer. Well, most of all, we have to find lands. Oh my goodness. And we cannot double spell, which is very annoying. Yeah, I don't think it will. I don't think it will matter anymore. He's going to attack for 4 in the air all the time. What we could do, we maybe do the Stalker, but then at some point he'll probably just kill the Stalker. And that is if we find another land. Such a roller coaster of different kind of games. One game you're only drawing lands, another game you're drawing 0. Okay, well at least it's a land. But still no way to double spell, unfortunately. But it has to be the frigate. I think we're in no position to attack. Yeah, we're just missing another planes. Otherwise our board would have been so different. Well, at least next turn we can go Warp Luminary into sacrificing the lander. And then maybe with the Vanguard we can get back. Now we just have to make as decent as blocks as possible. He'll probably tap the 3/5, or he'll even kill it. I don't know what he has, of course. Okay, very happy that we kind of stabilized here. Man, Lightsmith. Well, we cannot do it, unfortunately. We have to go Luminary and sacrifice the lander token. And then next turn we can go Lightsmith into Warp Luminary, draw a card, and then I think we might be able to get back a bit. Kind of depends on what he has. He might have the opposite problem. He has one blue. Not sure why he would care to tap. Oh, he has destroy target tapped creature. Yep. Okay, well we need to speed up here with any kind of action. Let's see. At least he cannot attack anymore. Kind of surprised that he doesn't crew up one more 2-drop to get the trigger from the chaplain. Well, at least we can double spell and get some kind of action going. Draw some cards, get some stuff. Okay, Infiltrator is okay. Unfortunately, we still cannot attack. We're going to need the Dawn Guard here. And an answer for this 3/5. Of course, the Rammer can chump it for a while. It needs 9. I hope he plays the Stalker before this is a creature. We have to play the Rammer, I think, and crew it up. And we can double spell, of course. Luckily. Yeah, so he's going to attack for 3 in the air. And he's going very wide. I wish we had a board wipe, of course. He's got a sick deck. The annoying thing if we play the rammer he's just going to put another counter on the frigate to make it too big. Okay, well that is lovely. We can go 2 luminaries, but I think I want to have the rammer. Mostly because that way we can use the vanguard next turn to station the rammer and at least have the counters on all the creatures. But I cannot do it right now because he will just attack with everything, so I think there's nothing we can do here anymore, to be honest. Maybe drawing the pump spell, but then still we missed land drops for too long. Maybe I'll just have to cut 1 island and put in all the planes, or maybe 2 actually. I just always assume that MTG Arena does that correctly. Maybe I shouldn't. Man, these games are rough. I mean, he has good stuff. Would love to draw our own removal spell. So, I don't want to block with him. Let's just do the most fortunate blocks that we can. Kind of expected him to have something else because he didn't play the enhancer before combat, but he probably will now. Why wouldn't he? Maybe he has a counter spell. That is a stalker. I'm not sure if it's good enough. It probably isn't. And if he has a counter spell, probably does have a counter spell here. So whatever I play gets countered. I still play the Luminary simply to get the Lightsmith trigger. Okay, well, that is a decent top deck. I still don't want to block with the Lightsmith, but maybe I do have to. He must have something. Otherwise he would have played the enhancer. Wow, this is interesting. Next turn maybe we can, if we live another turn, we can do some luminary stuff. Put the rammer into action, which would be a great blocker, but I think we will have to lose the Lightsmith here. Opponent's at 34, we're at 4. It's quite the difference. We have 5 blockers, he has 5 attackers. Now there's the enhancer. We still have to do the most fortunate blocks, of course, but I think I'll only attack with a 4-5. In which case I'll just jump with a 1-1. I don't think we will stabilize, but it would be great if we could. And then Monitor plus Vanguard is probably the best play. Okay. This needs quite a few more. I think it will have to be the Vanguard. simply because of the lifelink. Oh, well, we couldn't have tapped otherwise, but it needs 6 more. So the question is, can we get there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attackers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blockers. And I want to have 2 tapped creatures anyway. Yeah, I think this is fine. Will not attack, everything gets a counter. Except for the 4-5, of course. Feels like we have to survive one more turn to maybe be able to get back from this. And whatever happens, I'm going to keep the reroute systems up. Definitely going to play Infiltrator plus the Luminary. And make drone tokens for days. Okay, don't really care about that. I want to keep the Vanguard alive, no matter the cost. That's a pretty good draw. Okay, he has an Unravel. That is not the end of the world. We still get the flyer. Now let's make sure that we have 2 tapped creatures. So I'm keeping the Knight Captain up. We'll just attack with the 2/2 flyer. And we'll just screw the rammer with the other 1/1 because it cannot block anyway. Everything gets a counter and we still have the reroute systems up. And now with the Zealous display, if it's not your turn, untap those creatures. Lightsmith is pretty decent. It's a good thing I didn't block with our Lightsmith because it is getting a lot of value. We're still good, 16 cards. Oh, very happy to see that. Now I don't think we can attack with the rammer. We could double spell to draw another card. So let's go Captain first. Into the Luminary. And we'll just keep up the reroute systems or the Zealous display. Okay, and now our 2/4 cannot be blocked. So we'll attack with the 2/4 and the flyers. Do some damage, draw a card, have enough tapped creatures. And maybe next turn we can go for a lethal swing. Okay. And the turn. Man, look at this board. The creatures are tiny. I think we can have a lethal swing after this. Wow, he has another one. But he cannot get the tapped creatures, which is good for us. And I don't expect him to do anything crazy here. 4, 7, 8, 9, 15. Plus 8. I think we have lethal here. Maybe I should have done it before this. No, I think I think we definitely have lethal here. So we're just going to do Banishing Light on the Lightsmith in case we don't have lethal. We'll attack with everything but our Lightsmith because then it will be sacrificed, which would not be good. And we'll do a Zealous display and assume that we'll have enough. And we can always keep our lifelinker alive with the reroute systems if he blocks it thusly, but I think he's just dead here. Man. That stabilizing, that was very close. But this was a very good game. I didn't expect us to get there. Wow. Okay. Now let's see, does our lifelinker die? I think he already dies, but I don't want to... Where is it? Where's the lifelinker dude? Oh, it's not going to die, okay. I don't care about the rest. I think he's just dead here. Very dead, actually. Yep. Whoa. That was a lot of damage in one turn. Oh, okay. We're good. Oh, my poor heart. I got an achievement. Going wide. It's probably something with... What is it? Attack with... What is it? Attack with 20 creatures or whatever? Let me just check quickly. I don't know if you care. 15 creatures. Okay, well... It's an achievement. I'll take it. Let's continue. 1 and 1. This deck does pack a punch, certainly. Let's just see if we can do it again. Now, it was interesting. I did a real-life sealed event. What is it? 2 days ago. And we did the Throne of Eldraine set. Now, I don't know if you've ever done it, but if you can ever again just draft or play with an old set, because Throne of Eldraine feels like 1 year ago, but it's actually 5 years ago already. You should definitely try it, because it's very interesting to see what power creep does. Some cards that are simply amazing, and well, you know, you should definitely try it. Oh, I didn't check the lands. I will have to check the lands after this. It's not amazing, again, with the single white, but we have the monitor and we have 3 draw steps. So I'll keep it. Okay. Now, if he does play a creature with 2 toughness... Yeah, definitely... Oh, it's 3 toughness? Wow. That's good stats. I was going to say, otherwise I could go monitor into the systems, but now there's no point. Because if he attacked with this one and it would have had 2 toughness, I could have gone monitor into reroute systems in the same turn. Scrap bots. Now that is something that I might want to kill, but we'll be taking some damage in the upcoming turn. And whenever you attack, you may remove +1 counter from each up to 2 target creature you control. If you do, draw a card and create a 2/2 colorless output. Okay. No way to double spell next turn. So I guess I'll just jump, or I mean block. Oh, not anymore. I think we're taking 6 here. We can kill the 3/1 next turn. But we're at 12 already. Would like to draw a small spell. Oh, he's going to Flicker the Trooper. That's strong. That's how you use the All Fate Stalker. And the opponent's doing it, unfortunately for us. Man, no double spelling, but we have to kill these scrap bots. Yeah, this is the annoying thing about double spelling. If you don't have anything to do, as in cast spells, and you, for instance, I had 3 lands in the opening hand, I drew, what is it? 75% of the stuff I drew was land. But I don't think we can take it as trample. Okay, well, I guess we're taking 7. Yeah, Boosters will not help anyway, I think. Again, no double spelling. Maybe I should have attacked first, because we could draw a card. Yeah, I should have. Then we could have double spelled. That was a bad turn. I think we're dead anyway. Yeah, we're dead. He can just crew up the Scoutlander and attack with everything. I don't think it would have made a difference, because then still we would have had only one, what is it, 2 tokens. Okay, that was unfortunate. I'm going to check if I have more plains and islands. I don't, but I think I do need. Especially on the turn 3 and 4 plays, it's definitely more white than blue sources needed. Okay, 1 and 2. Now, if we want to do something useful here, it definitely has to be a winning spree. But the decks we're up against, I mean, this dude curved out perfectly. I think people are understanding the set way better than a month ago, which of course makes it more difficult to win. Okay. Let's see if we can snatch another win here. This is fine. If we draw another plains, we can go into the Stalker Luminary thing. But any land would do. We could warp this dude turn 3, Infiltrator turn 4, hopefully Psionicist plus something cheap, maybe? Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, I have to play something here. He's going aggressive. Don't really care too much about it. Next turn I will just double block it. Nothing to play if we play the Psionicist, this dude, the jellyfish. Yeah, I kind of expected as much. Still not blocking, don't really care. If we draw something cheap, I'll go jellyfish into something else. So too bad we lost our double trigger. I think this has a more late game value. And now if he attacks with the color and he has a trick, I can block and then kind of try to get another card from his hand simply by killing his creature. Or I can make mine indestructible. Okay. So I guess we're not killing anything here. But let's just get maximum value here for the All Fate Stalker. Yeah, this is good value. Yeah, if you play something big, we can red and substitute choose color. Okay, don't care about that one too much. Just Death Touch. Okay. I guess we'll block that. I have no big plans for the Luminary, so I have no reason to give it indestructible. We can do both. I think I want to get rid of the turbo drone. We'll just attack first. Now I would like to draw some kind of top end stuff here. Maybe I should keep in mind that he has a board wipe. Okay. Wow. Okay, don't really care about that. We're going to deal way more damage than he is. It won't trigger. Kind of surprised actually that he attacked with the... Oh my god, this is so annoying. It seems like he has a combat trick of sorts. In which case we could give it indestructible. Okay, I'll just go Expansionist. No lander token unfortunately, but it's a good blocker. And I'll just keep up the reroute systems. Guess I'll jump the color. Wow. I think he should have something big here. Oh. So I think I have to keep the All Fate Stalker alive here. Because otherwise... I called it the board wipe. It's unfortunate that we drew a land. We milled a lot of action here. Don't expect him to play the color and attack with it, unless he has a follow-up, of course. But we're going to need some kind of action here. The reason being, if I didn't keep the All Fate Stalker alive, he would have gotten the turbo drone back. I'll just keep the All Fate Stalker up. If he plays two creatures, he cannot go for the color or he will kill himself. But in this case, if he plays a blocker, we can finish it. If he doesn't have an Unravel, of course, a counter spell. I'm not even sure if he can play the color. Can you pay 2 life and kill yourself? I'm not even sure. So the question is, do I go... He can give something haste. I just hope he doesn't have trample. We'll just do this again. Get permanent bodies. And with the All Fate Stalker up again next turn, I just don't expect him to attack. Because this will be tapped. The only thing killing us here would be trample, I think. And of course 9 life is Still quite substantial. Man, I'm just very happy that he didn't use the bottom one defensively. 2% on counters and a lifelink. That would have been crazy. Of course, he didn't have a target for it at the moment. So we have lethal on board and we have an All-Fate Stalker. Even without this, we have lethal. I don't want to risk it. I have no idea what he has. I hope it's not another board wipe. Yeah. Wow. So he's not dead yet. He did play 2 creatures. We can bring him down to 1. I think it's best just to go Lightsmith because it's the best blocker, and we'll just offer the trade here. Anything cheap would be great. He is drawing action, it seems. Don't kill my Lightsmith, please. Just be a good boy and... Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? Well, we're not dead. Why would he attack with everything? Well, I mean, he could have at least lived one. Well, he knew I had the Stalker, of course. Okay. Man, that could have ended way worse if I had more creatures. Okay, 2 and 2. It's all fair so far. Hoping for at least a 3-3 if possible. I must say I expected more from this deck, but the opponents so far have been having some great decks. Okay, I'll just keep demodulation for if the opponent goes aggressive. Doesn't seem like he will. I think I'll have to go Mechanizoa cheat with the Stalker on turn 5. Seems like he cannot attack, so... Let's just make sure he's tapped out on turn 5. Do we want to... Yeah, I think we'll tap that. Simply so that he cannot station that dude. And now we have something to do on turn 4. Ooh. Even more to do on turn 4. I think I want to get rid of that spaceship over there. And now we can do some nasty plays. We get 2 stun counters. I hope he just taps out. As long as he's tapped out for blue, I think we're good. And of course things are cheaper too. So we'll even have 1 mana spare. Okay, well, guess we'll not have 1 mana spare. Thank you. And now we can attack and do the same thing again. Depending on his potential blocks, of course. He might have his own. Okay, so it seems like we're going to get in for 1 swing. This is tap target artifact or creature. Okay, let me think. We attack for 5. We want to get rid of the torpedo. We could also just all Fate Stalker that. Yeah, I think that's best. Let's see if this gets in. Man, that's just nasty. Do we want the Psionicist back? He'll just kill our Stalker with the stupid torpedo. So maybe we'll take his torpedo. Let's just put some targets on the board which he doesn't care about enough for the torpedo action. But it is a shame that he had to kill our Mechanozoa. And we have 2 removal spells, so we can just go torpedo and kill the Stalker, and then we can do a lot of stuff. Still no attacks though, but... Sacrifice the artifact, destroy non-land permanents. So he can do it in response. So it's not a great target to use Banishing Light on. So I think it's best to play the Stalker on his Stalker. Non-assassin. Oh, okay. Well, at least we can put some pressure now, but that was not the plan. We'll have to keep the Banishing Light up. Now I hope he's going to blow up my All-Fate Stalker with the torpedo. Okay, nothing of such. We'll keep up the Banishing Light. And now next turn, okay, we can just Banishing Light the Scan Ship or the Stalker, depending on what he does. It needs 8. Well, he's almost there. Okay, so now we can deal some damage. We'll just Banishing Light the Scan Ship and hope it's good enough. Now, do we want to get rid of the Chaplain, or do we care a lot about the Psionicist? I don't think we care about it that much. We do have a lot of mana. But he's not tapped out, so he might have a counterspell. I'll just try and play the rammer. Because if he counters something, I'd rather have it be the rammer and not the Oathbait Stalker. Because with this we can remove a security or the chaplain. What do you do? Equipped creature gets +0/+3. Equipped creature phases out. Phase out permanents that phase out and anything attached to them are treated as if they don't exist until the start of their controller's next turn. I assume he has something. If he uses something, we can get rid of the chaplain because then he can no longer phase out. Okay, well, it's still fine for me. Now he's tapped out and we can just get rid of the chaplain. And keep up the Zealous Display. Well, this is looking okay. We can keep this. We can keep this up for defensive purposes as well, because our stuff untaps 3/7. Okay, well, I guess we're not attacking anymore. Okay. Give something indestructible. Might be relevant. Yeah, I think we just need to go wide here, and then I think we might get there. We have like 3 more luminaries, which could do the trick. It's an interesting pet. I know the Kamigawa fish, I didn't know this one. I have some of them as well. Now if he attacks... No, I am not going to block. Man, this thing has been exiled for quite a while. I love art like this. Faces out. Equip 1. He may cast artifact spells, so it seems like we're not going to get through this anytime soon. And he's going to deal some damage to us, unfortunately, by flying over us. So we're really going to need some action here. Especially if he has enough artifacts to make this thing worthwhile. Yeah, we're taking 3. Nothing we can do about it. Boosters are nice. I want to keep up at least 2 white. Why would you? Sometimes I don't understand MTG Arena. I know I cannot double spell anyway, but I have nothing blue, so why would you keep a blue anyway? Yeesh. That was pretty much the only answer that we could have, and of course the opponent has a counter spell. Man. Yeah, I don't think we can... I said that before, by the way. We need to find some kind of card draw thing here. Or something that flies, but then again he has the airport security, starport security. Maybe if he starts tapping out, we can deal enough damage at some point. Now this is actually pretty decent for us if he uses the security to station it. So this is good for us. Maybe I should have waited so that he might also do the Stalker and we could get in for 6, 8... What is it? 6, 8, 10, 11 damage. We have another Banishing Light, so we... Problem is though, he can just phase out. Man, 3 toughness. It's killing us. It's annoying that our things aren't big enough to just attack anyway. That is a decent top deck. Still cannot attack though. All he pretty much needs is one big warpy boy to crew up the skiff. Kind of surprised here. Why would you... I mean, why would you care that much about the... Oh, he's just going to equip it back probably. Well, he's not. Okay, well this could be pretty decent for us. Now I think we'll just attack with everything. I hope he blocks the Lightsmith, but I don't expect him to. At least we'll draw a card. I'm not even sure if this happens. But he loses his Stalker. Oh, Monitor is decent. He's at 1. Yeah, I'm definitely going to play this Monitor now. I was caring about the double spelling, but at this point we just have lethal. Yeah. Wow. What a game. What? I won, but I went down in rank. Oh, I think the reset has already happened. So I shouldn't pay too much attention to the ranking at the moment, because I think when I log out, when I log back in, I'll probably be gold, I think. Maybe even silver. I've played so little lately, and I've also not played the best. And I've also not played ranked that much. I think I am starting to like traditional drafts more than the premier drafts. But I would like to know your opinion, if you think which are better and why. Opponent goes first. I think I'll keep this. We have a lot of 2-drops. Odds are that we will draw one. Or just, you know, not. But we have one more turn. And otherwise the Psionicist plus anything else is already pretty decent. Seems like the opponent's not going too aggressive, so I don't care about losing some life. I would care about drawing fewer lands, but that's the game. I fear he has the Depressurize. And I fear it will kill the good old jellyfish before anything good happens. Oh, that is nice. Now, if this had been the other way around, it would have been quite the difference. Now do I... Okay, I think I'm wondering if I would block Considering he has only 2 mana now. Okay, depressurize incoming. Yeah. Yeah, this is going to be painful. It's going to be Lightsmith into hopefully something next turn. But drawing 3 lands didn't help. At least the upside is we have plenty to get rid of. Hope these boosters will help us. Don't. Oh man, are you kidding me? Yeah, this is going to be difficult. And that doesn't kill anything. We need him to not attack this turn, or at least not kill the 3/4, and we can still make it. Oh. Well, it is something. But I think we're pretty much dead anyway. And we have to equip this. But I wonder if he will attack. Probably not, because he has lethal on next swing. Wow, this is interesting. He draws a card, of course, but we are down to 1. And he still has a lot of stuff. Yeah. You know, that was just removal spell into removal spell into another removal spell. And maybe it was a bad keep. But I'm not sure. Statistically, I think we had 4 lands in our opening hand, which would mean that we had 12 more in the deck, and we had, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 9 2-drops that we could maybe play if we actually drew them. You know, who knows? Guess we'll never know. Anyway, 3 and 3. I hope you like what I did. If you did, feel free to click some of those buttons because it helps me out. And I really hope to see you next time. Peace.
Grab the card, shuffle dreams in the palms. Dad's drafts roll heavy, we bombing like psalms. Stacks on the table, strategies to flex. Running these lines like counterspell checks. Dad drafts in the zone, pulling rares from the throne. Mana on the stack, magic seeds we've sown. From poppers to planeswalkers, the board gets owned. Welcome to Dad's drafts, your new homegrown. Welcome to Dad's drafts, your new homegrown.